Lexxie Morris, who you are about to meet, tells me she's had a rough life. Born and raised in Redford Township, then Grand Blanc, Lexxie and her disabled daughter haven't had a stable home for a long time. They've lived in and out of tents, had brief stays in apartments and homes, and fight a daily battle against homelessness. United Way of Bay County is lending them a helping hand to try to get them on their feet.
We live in Michigan, so we get Michigan weather. It's going to be getting cold, real cold here real soon. Summer doesn't last forever.
It's a race against the change of seasons for Alexandria Morris, who goes by Lexxie. She says she's had a rough life leading up to now. She's currently homeless, but doesn't want to be. So are you able to work, and do you want to work?
Yes, I do. Like the part for me is my daughter is disabled. So it's harder for me to keep a job because I have to work around her.
Lexxie and her 5-year-old daughter, who has autism, have gone in and out of homes, apartments, and tents, mainly in Bay City. Her son now lives with her family, who really isn't involved in her life. She's also dealt with other challenges.
Both my children's fathers abused me, putting their hands on me, bruising on me.
Lexxie is taking steps to make changes.
Well, I signed myself up for school. Again, I'm gonna try give it a whirl. I'm 34. I'm gonna give it a shot.
A community resource navigator with United Way Bay County is working with Lexxie. Nicole Luzak, president and CEO of United Way Bay County, says her organization does what they can to help, but she paints a grim picture of what families are facing.
They're asset limited, income constrained, and employed. So they're working, might not qualify for assistance, living paycheck to paycheck, so kind of that gap population that falls through the cracks, and right now it's just getting worse for that population.
That so-called Alice population is struggling, and organizations like United Way are dealing with their own hurdles.
There's less resources available too, so emergency food and shelter funding has been stopped currently. So some of the assistance programs that were out there to catch people are also not available. So if the resources aren't available to kind of bridge that gap, then people don't have anywhere to turn.
Lexxie's daughter is her inspiration, pushing her to achieve better living and working conditions.
She's probably going to struggle with what I went through because she's autistic, so she's probably going to have a little bit worse than me.
But she has hope, and some assistance still is available.
We really want to help people get out of the situation that they're in and become sustainable.
Lexxie is appreciative for the guidance from United Way, but has a message for leaders beyond the borders of Michigan.
I really blame our federal system on how they fail the homeless people. They really do. They need to have a better system, a better program for somebody like myself. No, I want a home. I want to be able to wake up and cook my daughter breakfast and, you know, go out in the backyard if we have maybe a dog or, you know, a little sandbox. It doesn't have to, for me, I don't need a lot to be happy.
We just got an update from Lexxie's community resource manager, Christina. She says Lexxie currently is living in a tent again after leaving the house where she briefly lived. Care arrangements have been made for her daughter, who is temporarily living elsewhere. Good news, though, United Way was able to obtain birth certificates for Lexxie and her daughter, which should make it easier for Lexxie to obtain housing and a job.